Good morning. Welcome to Morning Moments. Thank you for joining us today. Whatever platform you're on, I am so glad that you are with us today. Today I have the founder, president, CEO of Synergy Network Worldwide. She is an award-winning businesswoman and entrepreneur. It is my pleasure to bring Margie Santos to Morning Moments. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Andy. And it's such an honor and pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you. Well, let me ask you the question right away that I ask everybody. What do you do and why do you do it?
So my name is Margie Santos, like Andy says, and I'm from Queens, New York. I was born and raised in Queens, New York, and I am an entrepreneur. I would say a serial entrepreneur because there's a lot of things that the Lord has me doing. And I'm just happy to do it. I'm happy to serve the kingdom. I am the CEO of Synergy Network Worldwide since 2016. And what we do is we network and we promote the faith-based community. And this is something that it's been a journey to do it. But like I said, it's a great platform that the Lord has allowed me to do for almost 7 years now. So I give God all the praise and the glory. And just to give you a little bit more information of how we got started, because people always like to know how. So it all started in the year 2000. In the year 2000, I opened up. Well, I didn't open up. I started doing resumes for the community because this is something that I love to write. And so in the year 2000, it was 15 years later, Andy, that I was doing resumes free for the community, and it was like nothing because my heart is always to serve people. So for 15 years, I started doing that. And then in 2016, my pastor, he had asked me, he said, how much is your resume? Because I had somebody from the church that's looking for a resume. And I was just like, oh, no, just tell them to email it to me at Resumes for Christ. And he said, no, how much is it? And I was like, no, I don't charge. I do that on the weekends to help. And he said, no. You need to go register that, young lady, and start making money. He said, even I get a check. He said, every worker is due, their pay. So, and I was like, what? So, I was obedient to my pastor and I registered it and I called it Resumes for Christ in 2016. So in 2016, I was a new business owner. I had no college experience or anything that that had to do with business. So I had to learn overnight how to be a business woman, all the everything that came with being, opening a business. I had to get my EIN number and how to do my taxes, business taxes, and it was like a crash course overnight of how to become a business. So it was, it was a journey, and so I did it. And so because I needed faith-based networking, my friends would invite me to networking events. As a new business owner, you have to network. So I was going to networking events, and let me tell you, Andy, that they were not faith-based. They were secular, but I couldn't find any. I'm a Christian. I couldn't find anything that was faith-based, any networking. And so I went to a few of them. I went to like 3 or 4, and they all contained the same thing. There was drinking, there was smoking, there was carrying on that, and I said, oh, I don't want to be in this environment. I had my time in the world and doing, going to the clubs and all of those things. I said, I don't want to be in that environment. So I went back home and I was like, Lord, if you want me to do resumes for Christ, help me find faith-based networking. And I went to sleep that night. And when I woke up, it was just like, he put it in my head. He said, you're going to start faith-based networking in your area. So in New York City, in New York, New Jersey area, I started Synergy Network Worldwide. And if for those that don't know what synergy means one force combined with a whole multiple of forces to create a grand force. So when we combine and we do things together, we can be much more powerful than just one. So that's what synergy means. And that's why the Lord put in my heart to create Synergy Network Worldwide. And that's how I got started with the networking business. And Andy, it all started with a Facebook group. I said, okay, how do I start a networking? Let me make a group. And so I went to Facebook and I made a Facebook group. And 50 people. The next week we had 100 people, and then it was 500. Then it was 1,000, and today we stand at 10,000 people in our group. And then just this year in 2022, because there was such a need, because yes, the Christians got together and we supported each other with resources and everything. And we got dressed up to go to the galas, but there was a need. There is a big need for marketing, for getting their products or their businesses or whatever they're doing out there into the world. Many don't have that experience. And so since I became this major network person and doing flyers here and doing websites and helping them here and there, I learned over the years how to market. So this year we opened up Synergy Public Relations, which is a PR and advertising firm, so that we can further help the faith-based community. So, I'm just so honored to work for the Lord and do all these things for the Christian businesses. We have a lot of groups now on Facebook. We have the Synergy Network Worldwide group. We have a group called Synergy Entrepreneurs. We have an authors group. There's an artist group. So there's like different groups that that just they target different areas that people need. And so yeah, I mean, when a client comes on board for public relations, we research, everything that they're doing. We give them consultation. What is it that what are your next steps, that you should be doing? We also handle all the advertising and their press releases if they have events or music coming out, whatever we need to get out into the public, we do what we have to do to make sure that they are known. So it is something great, that the Lord is doing. Also that we also have Synergy Network talk show. So there is a talk show on Facebook and YouTube. We go YouTube live and Facebook at least once a week. And we always have a business owner or an author or whoever, whatever it is that they're doing, and we interview them. And it's such a great program. It's an hour of them sharing, what it is that the Lord has put in their heart. And so we do that like on Friday nights. And then we just opened, Andy, on a Tuesday segment that is called Testimony Tuesday. So that is another platform that we have provided for the faith-based community to share their testimonies, and that came about because I was blessed, Andy, so many years just sharing my testimony online. Last year, a production company contacted me and they wanted to put my story in a documentary. And this all came about from sharing my testimony. So, I want to give a shout out to the producer. His name is Anthony Wright, and they are from Kansas City, him and his wife, Renee. So they produced my documentary, which is called CEO, the documentary. And you can find that on Roku. You can find that on 24clicks.tv. And it's just an amazing opportunity that they have given me to share my story. And my story is just overcoming. Let me backtrack, because CEO for the documentary does not mean the title of, I'm a CEO or president of a company. CEO for my documentary means Christ Empowered Overcomer.
Oh.
So means, and the documentary is about my life and the trials and the tragedies and just the things that I overcame. And it made me who I am today, the strong person that I am today. Because let me tell you, Andy, that from before I was born, the enemy has been trying to take me out. I have a powerful, powerful testimony. My mother was 6 months pregnant with me and she rolled down the stairs. And I was born early. I almost didn't make it. I was 2 pounds. So, So it's a powerful testimony, and and ever since then I was born. It was just like one trial after another, and I really feel like there was a spiritual battle with my life, and he's been just trying to and when I see all the things that I'm doing today, Annie, I'm like, now I see why. Now I see why he was trying to take me out. He was like, we can't let this woman, continue. And so I've been attacked, spiritually attacked. I've gone through a lot. I grew up with a speech impediment. It was a severe speech impediment. I couldn't get a sentence out. I couldn't get a word out. It was like a severe stuttering that I had. And I was teased and bullied, throughout my middle school, my elementary school, my middle school, and high school. So I suffered with that, and thank God, today God has healed me from all of that. But Andy, growing up with that speech impediment made me become a good writer. And because I couldn't talk, I used to write. And I used to do the greatest book reports ever. And my friends used to say, hey, can you do my book report? And when I graduated high school, that's why I started doing resumes, because I was a good writer. So it's like I had to go through that so that I could become a good writer, and then I could become and do the resumes. And then because I had to do the resumes and register because of my pastor, now I had to start Synergy for networking. So it's like those little pieces in my life all connected to what I'm doing today.
There are some of you that are listening to this and you're thinking, wow, I've been trying to do this all on my own. God never intended on our walk to be a solo walk. We're intended for community. And that the whole theme of synergy, the whole team of networking with others, we're stronger when we network together. And the reason that faith-based businesses, movies, singers, authors get together and do so well is because the world looks at everything as competitive. But the faith-based looks at it and says, how can we help each other out? When you reach to help others, then that's when God will bless you. What a very interesting story. Down below, you've been seeing Margie's website titles and her book that we haven't had a chance to talk about, the book there, as well as the film, how you could see that film. And I'm going to have those links down below so you could follow up and see those. But I want you to take time and get to her website. Maybe you need her services. Maybe you're a business person that's struggling and you need somebody just to come alongside you and help you with these things. Please contact her. She'll be glad to talk to you about their services. I don't think this is the last interview I'll have with her, because I want to hear more of her story, possibly in another interview. So, but I want you to take time and check this out. I also want to ask you, as I ask all my audience to do with all my guests, I should say, is I want you to take time and pray for Margie. Margie, God's got great work for her, and He's got other things for her to continue, but she needs prayer. And as she said, sometimes there becomes attacks. And there's where the power of prayer comes in. She needs your prayers, folks, and you need to practice. So pray that God would really bless her with the work that she has. Thank you so much for being with us on Morning Moments.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Please follow up with her, find out what's going on with her, and keep coming back here for some more Morning Moments. And may God richly bless you.